Who would say no to a delicious vanilla scent from a luxury car brand for under $30? If you're not into vanilla scents, this video is probably not for you. But if you enjoy vanilla fragrances, stick around so we can take a closer look at Club Black EDT from Mercedes Benz. For me personally, I am not the biggest fan of vanilla scents overall. I enjoy them many of the times, but I don't really actively go out try to find the next best vanilla scent. But when a 50 milliliter fragrance size costs less than $30, it has tons and tons of online positive reviews, and it is made by an absolute legend of a perfumer like Oliver Crisp, I'm just not gonna say no to that. And that's exactly what happened here. This was my very first Mercedes-Benz fragrance. I must say, I am not really disappointed. Starting off with the presentation, Club Black uses that same signature Mercedes-Benz Club design. It has a tall, curved bottle with a black surface and of course, the Benz logo near the top. It almost looks weird, but in a good way. Mine is a smaller 50 milliliter or 1.7 ounce bottle size. But it doesn't, it is pretty slim, but it doesn't really feel weird when you are holding the bottle. So the design looks pretty cool. And the atomizer is also consistent with what you're paying for this fragrance. It is not a good atomizer, and that's, I think, what everybody expects. It is smooth, but you're still gonna have to do a couple of sprays to get a decent volume. It spreads decent, but it doesn't really have enough volume, or it doesn't really project too far from the bottle size. So just do like 1 or 2 more sprays and you're gonna be good to go. But again, like I said, with how much you're paying for this fragrance, no one really expects a high quality atomizer. How does it actually smell, Club Black EDT? Well, with the official note breakdown, what you have here is bergamot at the top, incense and jasmine for middle notes, with vanilla, benzoin, and ambroxan and woody notes forming the base layer. But if you want a 1-sentence review of how it just smells, pretty simply, it simply smells like vanilla. That's it. If you want to go with a very short review of it. But of course, there's also like some other aspects to it. But it's a very, very vanilla heavy scent, but not in a harsh way. The very first moment when you spray this fragrance, you are immediately greeted with a tiny freshness lift, which is coming from bergamot. But that's pretty much it. Almost immediately after that, you're going into a smooth vanilla core that's wrapped in benzoin and resins, and it gives off a very warm and also inviting feeling. And then as it starts settling down, you will see some spicy characteristics coming out with a pretty smooth ambery tone. The whole composition is really sweet, but it's not really the kind of sweetness that gives me a headache. I'm sensitive to overly sweet fragrances because I get headaches, but this one, although being super sweet, it doesn't really give me a headache. It is on the synthetic side, but still it smells pretty smooth with a creamy sweetness. I'm not sure if creamy is the right word or not, but it's just, what I want to say is it smells very smooth, if that makes sense. And it really is not too overwhelming at all. And as the scent develops, the vanilla sticks around through the dry down too. It'll become something like a cozy vanilla sweetness that is wrapped around a resin or ambery backbone. But with all that, don't expect it to smell like a super unique niche scent, because it's not. It is just an approachable and pleasant sweet vanilla scent that will not really leave you with too many surprises. For performance with my current batch number, I would say it's pretty average, for a sweet scent. With my bottle, I can get 6 to 8 hours of longevity, depending on if you spray it on your skin or if you spray it on your clothes. And I get a decent projection, especially in the first 1 or 2 hours. It has a controlled sillage because these notes are on the heavy side, but it's pretty average, It's not weak by any means, but it's also not a beast performer. I'm happy with it. With the kind of scent profile that you have here, and with the kind of sweetness that you have, I think the performance does a decent job. And anything stronger than this would have been slightly overwhelming in my opinion and for my taste. So yeah, for performance, I think it's pretty good for, especially for what you're paying to get a bottle of this size. Club Black is technically a men's fragrance, you know, but with the sweet profile and with the prominent vanilla note that it has, I can see how it could also be labeled as a unisex scent. It is definitely a cold weather scent that is a fantastic, nice smelling, high quality, but very cheap choice for fall and weather nights, especially when you're going outside and you're going for that casual or relaxed look. In terms of age group and who this works better on, I honestly think anybody can pull this off because it smells pretty pleasant. But because of its sweetness, it might work slightly better for a younger audience. If I was going to make a video of the best value fragrances under $30, Mercedes Benz Club Black EDT would absolutely be on that list. At this price, this is definitely a fantastic value for a vanilla scent, and you can't really go wrong with it. Is it a unique scent? Probably not, but is it worth it? 100%. It's absolutely worth it. It's a great buy. If you're asking me, I'd say buy it if you want a solid designer vanilla scent that smells nice at a super affordable price, but skip if you want crazy projection or are not into sweet and heavy scents in general. But yeah, that was it. Let me know down in the comments if you have tried Club Black EDT from Mercedes Benz and what you think about it. And also, if you have any suggestions about other fragrances from this line and you think they are worth a mention or they're worth reviewing, let me know and I'll be happy to make a video about them. That was it from me. Thanks a lot for watching and I'll catch you in the next one.